Hi, I'm Colin DeLay, and I'll be talking about the golden section today. The Greek letter phi represents the golden ratio, and that is 1.618. This number was discovered by taking a long length, dividing it by a shorter length, and that is equal to the total length divided by the shorter length. The golden ratio has always been around, but these three Greeks were the first ones to use it in design. Starting with Plato, he said that the golden ratio is the most binding mathematical equation. And the next one, Fides, stated phi and applied to its sculptures. And it's hard to imagine that architects who designed the pyramids would be thinking about phi and the golden ratio into their design, but believe it or not, the angle from the ground to the slope of the pyramid is 52 degrees, and the cosine of that is phi. Also in the top right diagram, you can see the golden triangle is prevalent. Many great architects have used the golden ratio to help their designs by the most appeasing to the eye. When looking closely at the major architectural lines in the Taj Mahal and the Siam Tower, the golden section becomes apparent. I experimented with finding the golden ratio on the building's ISU campus, and here in Beardshire, I put the golden ratio over the entrance, and I figured out that the pillars and the major architectural lines use the same ratio, and then same with Notre Dame and the entrance to Taj Mahal. Another medium that the golden ratio is used for is in art. As Luca Pacioli, a collaborator of Da Vinci, said, "Without mathematics, there is no art." Many of Da Vinci's paintings use the golden section and appear perfect and natural to the eye, including An Old Man and the Mona Lisa. Artists like Da Vinci use the golden ratio to lay out their paintings in order to achieve beauty and balance. In Da Vinci's Last Supper, the dimensions of the room and the table are all based on the golden ratio, as well as the Vitruvian Man, the Holy Family, and the bathers. The golden ratio was first discovered in nature when philosophers saw that there was a trend in spirals of flowers, the solar system, and shells. Designers use the golden ratio in structure to get us to relate back to the nature because our eyes are attracted to that. Hurricanes, the human body, flower petals, seed heads, pine cones, fruits and vegetables, tree plants, tree branches, fingers, animals, and insect bodies are all examples of the golden ratio in nature, and further proves its importance as a fundamental characteristic of the universe. On the opposite spectrum of nature, we have the golden ratio in technology. Website designers are taught to use the golden ratio in their layouts. The golden ratio is used to show harmony throughout the site to make people want to view more because of the order on the page. From Renaissance paintings to today's graphics, artists use phi and the golden section to give a sense of aesthetic appeal and balance and harmony of design. Product logos must make a positive and memorable impact on viewers, so using the golden ratio is a great way to get that. For the same reason as graphic design, product designers need to get customers' attention quickly. Even though the Pepsi symbol might look easily created, much thought went into how to make the most attractive symbol using the golden ratio. In almost every type of product on the market, you can find hints of the ratio in their design. We look at the golden ratio examples every day and don't even realize it. Look at what the creative minds at Disney did. Can you tell that the D resembles the golden ratio and the dot of the I resembles the capital letter of the phi and the Y resembles lowercase phi? Disney's logo and their name are still. Phi-metrics is the practice of cropping pictures to phi-based proportions to give a better sense of balance and composition. Instead of the general rule of thirds that most editors use, the golden ratio crop is a mathematical, yet still brings out the beauty, harmony, and balance of nature's proportions. Another unique quality that the golden section has is qualifying beauty. Even though most people say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, the correct saying would be beauty is in the phi of the beholder. Our perception of physical beauty is handwritten into us by how features relate to phi and their proportions.
I thought you had a lot of good info, and when the size changed and you still had some stuff to say, I think you should have just like said it. It would have been a little more natural. But other than that, you did a good job.
I really like how many different examples you have. Like you go from nature to like logos.
I think that the like bones with the hands, the way that moved was like a little distracting. I think you could have just gone with like either labeling a few of them or just labeling like one section. But I think the movement like kind of drew away from what you were saying.
Yeah, I think particularly for some reason, and I don't know of any law of graphics or nature to put this, but when you've got two pictures and one is moving and the other one isn't, that's, I don't know, you keep looking back and forth expecting the second one to do something like what's wrong with it, you might poke it or something. What about the design of the slides all over?
I thought they were all pretty good except for the one with the rows and the
Yeah, could you
shell.
bring that up? This is disturbing, and I think we need to talk about why. There's some lovely information in that slide, but what happens here that makes us uncomfortable with the
I think
slide?
it's the overlapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it overlapping just in itself, or is there something else about the overlap? Yeah.
The rose is a warmer color, so that should be in front.
Yeah,
I'm thinking-
it might be a little better off if we put the rows in front too, not only because of the length of, but because of that kind of sense that the rose is being stabbed there by the corner of the other thing. What else?
The golden section overlapping the like galaxy picture. How it's, it goes like over the edge of the picture. I don't know if there's some way to crop that out. That would help a little bit because it's not
Well-
accurate with the rest of the pictures.
Actually, it kind of softens the edge on two sides of it, but I think a lot of the problem is the light-dark contrast. Just as much as they're interesting uses, I just don't think that they can work very well together on this one slide. Anybody else have anything?
I think that also the rest of the slides followed like a really strict grid pattern, and then this one just kind of broke all the rules.
Yeah. And I think they just couldn't appear on the same slide with some, and this stopped me both, every time I looked at it. I would stop at that slide and I'd say, why? And there are actually several reasons I think that it kind of disturbs us there. Anything else? Okay, thank you.